Welcome. In this video I'm going to show you how you can obtain different measures of quantitative variation using R and my stikpetR library. Now, as you might notice, I'm using Jupyter Lab, but the R code should also work in, for example, RStudio. In this video we'll focus on how to obtain these measures, not so much on how what they actually represent and how to interpret them. I'm running R version 4.3 and the only packages I have installed at the moment are the ones that come basically with R. So measures of quantitative variation are measures of dispersion, and the two most famous ones are probably the variance and the standard deviation. There are a few other ones, and my library has a function that can actually calculate all the ones listed around here. Now, to show you how this can be used, I need some example data, so I'll load the General Social Survey 2012 adjusted for example purposes. I don't need all the data, I just need one numeric field. So I'm going to be using the age field. That looked promising, so I'll remove any missing values. But there was an 89 or older category, so I'm using replace to replace those with 89. And then change all the values to numeric just to be sure, so that we have in scale field now a true numeric vector. Then in order to get my library stikpetR, it's not available on CRAN, so you can't use install packages and then stikpetR. Instead install DevTools, and then you can use DevTools install from GitHub and then my GitHub account. Once you've done that, you can load it just as any other library. And the function of interest is ME, short for measures variation. And it has the following parameters: the data itself, of course. If it's not numeric, you can specify with levels a value for each of the categories. The measure to calculate, by default, it's going to be the standard deviation. And you can adjust by which it should actually divide. So normally the standard deviation would either divide by the sample size -1 to get the sample version, or -0 to get the population version. And that's what this dd_off is for. You can also set your own measure and then say, well, I want you to set as a norm from which to deviate the mean, the median, or the mode. And then specify if you want to have squaring the results, or actually taking the absolute values to prevent that the sum will be 0. Alright, use $ME variation for more info, and just use the function with the data, and it will return nicely the value of the data and the description of the measure. Just to show you all of them that are available, you can just run a small for loop, and then you see the results for each of them. Alright, I hope this video was helpful, and thank you for watching.